How's it going? Welcome. It's Wednesday night, and if you're feeling alright, that's probably pretty good, because you're about to watch a role-playing game stream. Welcome to Dork Tales.
We're so cool.
We're trying out every internet catchphrase. Oh, I got tired of ripping off MatPat and Markiplier. Hello, internet. Top of the morning to you!
It's okay, we'll rip off someone else next time.
Smash that bell! Smash that bell, like and subscribe!
We could rip off literally every single person on YouTube. Smash that bell!
All at once!
I really want one of those air horns like on every... Thank you! Yeah,
I don't have an air horn, but I do have like a fart machine thing at my store.
You know what? Same difference.
I don't know, one of my favorites is going, shamash that like button.
Shamash.
Shamash.
If you're watching, Alexa, play Careless Whisper. Fuck.
Whisker.
Oh no, Alexa's playing Careless Whisker. That's a different song. That's the new party name, Careless Whisker.
Okay.
No, we were whisked away on an adventure by carelessness and like
trivial.
What? Careless Whisker.
That's kind of going, that doesn't sound like Careless Whisper.
Oh, speaking of Careless Whiskers, last session, someone in the chat, like a random that I'd never met before, was like, wow, I like that DM's beard. So I trimmed it. I don't know if that's... I feel like I dishonored this person's memory, but like...
I remember that.
I was really happy about it. I was like, oh, and then I waited to trim my beard for an extra 4 days because I was like,
Watch, and now they'll like respond later on and be like, ruined.
Ruined. Well, and then my favorite one was during the Battle of Dogrun Bridge. This guy was like, I like this DM style. Surrounds himself with pretty ladies. And I'm like, yes. I mean, Mike's got the nails.
You do.
They're so pretty, I love it.
And Ryan's got the eyelashes.
We both have the lashes. We've got lashes for days.
Yeah, check this shit out.
Right?
You've kind of hidden them under your brows.
Yeah.
Well, I've also got a Cro-Magnon brow, so whatever. It means I'm sexy. Yeah.
I just have to goop 100% like product on mine to show
Hey!
Woo!
Blonde!
Okay, so this is we're only starting right about
like
now.
the
That's
little hairs to my
not
face.
sometimes inspiration strikes.
Makes me
Oh, that's
feel
for my
pretty.
class.
I glue my chest hair to my eyelashes. That's how I get my
This will-
definition.
I mean, it sounds legit.
100%
That sounded like you were starting off the beginning of 9 Inch Nails is closer.
False eyelashes, 100% human.
You make me violate you.
Human hair.
Eyelashes
From my back.
complicate you.
Well, so I think this is just what happens now after we level up.
Yeah, level 7's
Jen
rough.
and Michael, I hope you're enjoying this so far.
We know you are.
Can you pass me a tissue?
No.
Help me! I'm gonna pass my
Yes, you
insides.
can.
Help us. Help you. Help us.
Trying to get to them.
So hi, we're a super serious channel. How are you? Yeah, you're here on our not serious faces.
Serious face.
Oh no, mine's stuck.
Crap.
Okay, I did a bunch of math. Okay, so we are actually starting. First of all, before we begin the game, I just wanted to tell everybody that Ryan has a big fancy job that keeps him away odd weekends. So he's going to be stepping away from this game for a while, but he'll be in other stuff, so you'll be able to see him. But so this is his last little segment of game.
Oh no.
Ryan turns into an e-boy.
To an e-boy?
E-boy.
What is that?
Is that like an eBay?
Oh.
No. It's just like what an e-girl would be, except it's a boy.
What's an e-girl?
I've also never heard this term.
Winter.
Yeah.
Google it. Or don't.
Don't
Don't.
necessarily Google
Don't
anything
necessarily trust
Don't
anything.
Google anything Winter says to Google.
or anyone.
If you haven't learned yet, Google it.
Like,
And then you'll know for next time not to Google something when someone tells you to Google
You
What?
can't trust me. You can't trust my characters. So, like,
Okay.
see, that's where that comes from.
What are you
So
doing?
it's basically like the modern version of like a scene kid.
Oh,
Kel
what?
Kind of.
Did Kel just say... Is that Kel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we jumped in on a weird night.
I thought you said
Yeah.
weed night. I'm like...
Okay,
Oh,
Kel,
well.
you're one to talk. Last Saturday, like,
Yeah.
come on.
That's true. That was
All right.
it was
Does
a
my
funny
makeup
day.
look okay?
Yes.
You're gorgeous.
As usual.
As usual.
No, because it's not on
Perfect in
me.
most ways.
All right.
Ooh.
Ryan, your turn. Okay, thank you.
All right, everybody. It is 7:10. Oops, sorry.
Now we're immediately starting off with chaos and like danger.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ready.
that's us, right?
Yeah.
Not ready.
us.
As we walk away, it turns out we
Yes,
didn't defeat all the
Michael.
gnolls.
That's accurate. Yes, you should
Turns out
regret
we
it.
left all of the powerful ones.
Michael foolishly looked it up.
On Urban Dictionary.
Oh yeah.
That would be the
Why
place to
would
look
you
it
do
up.
these things?
To be educated.
Oh, it's a rouge.
Trust me, I am educated. It's not worth it.
It's okay, I'm reducated.
I give you
I
one
read
job.
things to
Don't
learn.
Google it.
Got that? Got that? Good. Yeah.
I thought the job was to Google
I
it.
just didn't want to
No.
Well, perhaps I just
Good night.
needed. Yeah, Tia doesn't need that.
to
Generic.
get shorter.
I want to get smushed.
No, I don't need that one. I need Hunter
Gee,
Why
Meter.
won't you stand upright, Tia?
My sneak attack
Stop
is
leaning.
now
Please.
4d6.
Maybe she's had too much to drink.
So I need one
She's
more
always
d6.
slightly leaning this way.
Maybe she's always slightly drunk.
Truth.
All right.
She is a druid. She had like bear juice.
All right, folks. Now we are going.
Check.
I'm just gonna play footsie with you all night. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, welcome. Lol, we are on point on Saturday. It's true. There were many points.
Oof. That was a big
Including
one.
stabby ones.
Welcome to Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. I'm your Dungeon Master Kelly, and here we are going to take you through our improvisational, wacky world of Dungeons and Dragons adventures that began in an inkling and has grown to a stinkling. We are going to start. We're going to start on my right, and we're going to announce players, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory.
Don't look at me.
It's me first for a change.
Yeah.
It's like, don't look
I
at
said
me.
to the right. I even telegraphed this.
I know. I was trying to think. Okay, right.
To the right, to the
I
right.
taught English.
Okay, what are
You
directions?
gotta do these. You gotta do them. It's worth
Yep.
it. All right. Starting on my left. No.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, you're my left. But yeah, you're what's left.
To the left, to the left. Every left.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm going to play Malia, the Tempest Cleric Dwarf.
Hi, my name is.
We're so on point tonight. We're gonna cut ourselves.
My
So-
name is.
My
Sliding door.
my name is Ryan. I will be playing Yasin, the drunken master monk.
Hi. My name is Mike, and I'm going to be playing Xenopropher Rightwing. He is our half-elf ranger. Flyboy. He shoots flyboy guys at everything, and they explode. And I'm done today.
With the way you started that, I was almost expecting you to go, "Hello, my name is Michael."
My name is Mike, and
I thought
I
you
like
were
my
trying-
bike.
I thought you were going to try and embody his sass in the description, and it went so well, and then you just kind of.
Then I faced.
You started with super sexy voice and then just disappeared.
And then I just went down the tubes there. I'm in the
Pass
sewers.
those out.
It's okay. We're all gutter children here.
I built that gutter.
On rock and roll.
Oh, good throw, Kelly.
Alright, I am Amy, and I am playing Tia Armstrong, our half-orc druid.
All right.
Hi.
Sometimes bear.
Hi. I'm Winter, and I'm playing the Tiefling Rogue. Nothing's ever my fault, okay?
What's her name?
What's your name?
Mars.
All
and you're
right.
gonna bring it up.
I am. It's gonna be good. And finally, the NPC PC that tags around in the party is a young dragon in the form of a young girl named Farah. And without further ado, let's...
Not get distracted by Michael.
Stenographer,
Yeah.
I think.
This is not, yeah, stenographer, I think. Without further ado... Hello, children. Gather round as I tell you a story. This is the story of a...
Captain Jack Sparrow?
No, I'm trying to be serious, Amy. It's hard to tell with a funny voice. This is the tale that I like to call The Eye of Nyrn. Oh my! Y'all shut up, let me do my thing.
Tell me more. Tell me more about this enchanting.
It all began in the subcontinent of Thestral, separated from the mainland by the Earth Scar. An ancient chasm born from the battle between gods and titans. There, in the tiny town of Mog, a young girl born into a family of jewelers toiled away. When one day, a coterie of adventurers came and found her and asked her, please guide us to this nearby ruin, for there are many treasures inside, which we could bequeath unto you and your family.
Ooh.
The girl, knowing not what they meant to do, followed them in. Lo and behold, the ruins were actually a temple to the goddess of the earth, ambition, and dark magic, Nyrn. The girl foolishly struck the eye of Nyrn, a gem the size of your small hand, from the forehead of the three-eyed goddess statue.
But my hand's bigger.
Yes, and not the child I'm talking to.
Oh.
Once it exploded, sending its shards all around Thestral in the main continent. When Mars, the young girl, awoke, she found that she had been cursed, transformed into one of the chosen of darkness, a tiefling, a creature, a melding of human and fiend. Cast out of her home and her town, she progressed north, looking for a way to the one man who might know a secret that can return her to her true form. A man known as Edigon the Wise. You'll know more about him later. I'm sure you've heard plenty about Edigon. On her way, she came across a number of adventurers. The Storm Cleric Dwarf, Malia Sunsworn. The mercenary turned druid, Tia, of the Strongarm clan Armstrong. A monk, a wood elf monk, abandoned at a monastery as a child, and raised to be quite the party animal, not like you should be, young child. Study, eat your homework, read your books, drink your vitamins.
He's not a role model.
Yes, he's not a role model unless you're in college. Remember, there's a time for everything, and that time is college. But as things do, they progressed, they traveled, and Yasin, the monk, was swept away by a giant eagle, because as we all know, giant eagles are the fantasy world equivalent of Uber. They progressed, they found a replacement elf in the form of Xenofring and Rightwing, who was twice the elf and half the man. No, wait.
The other way around?
Twice the elf and... half the elf and twice the man. I guess infinitely times the man. My math's not good at my age. But you get my point. He was half an elf, and half a man, and all ranger, and all trouble. Speaking of all trouble, they then went into a place called the Dome of Count Mount Doom Von Doom, a halfling who had taken residence up over a series of volcanic mountains, which had been reduced to hills by erosion over time, as they tend to be. Inside of that mountain, they came across a young girl with long ears, golden scales, and horns, sealed in a wall of amber. This girl introduced herself as Faramina Zaral Hazal... Yes, something like that. Or Farah for short, and traveled with them, later revealing that she was not, in fact, as they presumed, a strange type of dragonborn, but was, in fact, a dragon in human form, humanoid form, who had been encased in the amber for 13,000 years.
Dramatic.
They continued to travel, making their way ever toward Edigon the Wise. As they approached, they traveled along the Earth Scar, that chasm I told you about earlier. I told you that this would come back. I hope you took notes. To which they came to one of the 3 ancient bridges erected to connect the subcontinent, the island technically, to the mainland. A place called Dogrun Bridge, also known as the 3rd of the bridges, because it kind of sucks.
They went there, found political turmoil and a big hubbubaloo between a bunch of people from the mainland and a bunch of people from the island continent thingy that we talked about, the place where they're all from. And then in the middle of it, they met up with the person who was running the place, and then Child. What was the name again? Yes, you.
What was my name?
Yeah, what was your name?
Yasin.
Ah, yes. And they met up with Yasin, whatever you pronounce Asin. Yes. Being Jasinine. Ah, yes, bean water is the best. Time passed, and they found out that their political turmoil had erupted into an all-out brawl between halfling bridge cleaners and members of the city guard. The Jarl, who controlled the bridge, refused to let any armies from the mainland cross, which created a bit of a hullabaloo as well, and it all turned into a giant civil war, with the bridge being divided and their quest to the mainland ending in a single moment of mayhem. Little did they all know, diabolical forces were converging on Dogrun Bridge. An army of some 500 gnolls. Hyena men, bent on wanton destruction and the consummation of blood and flesh and bone, approached Dogrun Bridge. But who should arise but the heroes of Dogrun Bridge, who swept aside the Gnoll army and turned the tide of battle. This is their story, and we begin here.
Shall I continue in that voice to do the over-narration, or should I go to Kelly voice?
Kelly voice.
My
Kelly
throat
voice.
hurts for you.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel pretty fine.
I find it really fun.
Now.
It's essentially become a running thing now that you call Malia Sunsworn.
Actually, remember.
What's it actually?
Stormsworn.
Is it Stormsworn?
Isn't it?
I
No,
thought
no,
it was
it's-
Sunsworn.
no, I
Oh,
always-
is it Sunsworn?
It's Sunsworn. I always said Stormsworn, and then you were like, "Oh, Sunsworn," so I got it right.
Oh,
And now
okay.
I've
You just
reprogrammed
programmed
you.
me into it now.
Like,
Amy giggled at it too.
Yeah.
I think it's
You
just the way I said
reprogrammed all of us.
Sunsworn.
Possibly yes.
Sunsworn.
There's an Offerian.
Zanofrian. Zanofrifer. Zanoff pervert.
I mean,
Looking
kind
forward
of.
to winter though when it's colder in here.
What?
You've got the fire too high.
What?
Ah, we're still in character.
Are we?
Yes,
Oh.
perhaps.
Okay.
And now, we will begin their story.
And I'll put on some music because I was focused on doing that voice.
Neat.
That was good. That was good.
That was good. That was a great
What's happening in
introduction.
the chat while you're doing that?
I want- I'm going to record that, so I only have to do it like one more time.
Mike is being chatty.
Yeah, Mike is being chatty. I think he's referring to Xeno as drunk bar type drink.
Yeah.
Which I mean, kinda. And in reference to Eagles and Uber, or Lyft, if the giant eagle isn't that giant.
Also, Ryan, one of my favorite terms for drunken fist type monks is being the monk tank in the drunk tank.
That's fair.
As if they're overly wrecking things. Monk tank.
Never happened. I didn't remember it, therefore innocent.
Incorrect.
The monk tank drunk tank. Monk tank.
Alright, so I need...
You
And
and
that
your pink
vomiting was
pajamas.
entirely in self-defense. They are comfy. Do not mock the pink pajamas.
I will mock
Well,
Yasin as a whole.
well, yes.
The smell of blood and death is all around you as you stride away from where you did battle. The survivors of the Battle of Dogrun Bridge catch their breath, tend to the wounded, pray for the dead. You begin to walk away, and behind you, you can hear the voice of Elfior Elandris, the half-elf commander of the Claywind forces. And where do you think you're going? you stiffen. Ready for the inevitable twist and stab into your back. As you turn around slowly, you can see the battered, bloodied half-elf look at you. His helmet is off of his head and held closely by his hip. He's bleeding from a dozen cuts and dents in his armor. He raises a bloodied, chipped sword to the air that catches the remaining light. You're not going anywhere yet. 3 cheers to the heroes of Dogrun Bridge. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Hundreds of people, townsfolk, guards that split in the center of the battle. Even the bloodied, shadowed form of the Jarl herself raise their weapons or hands or just heads if they're too tired to move and shout in your praise. You're surrounded by the adulation and respect of so many, and you wonder what could possibly come next. A day later, and I say the bridge must be crossed. The Claywin men are inside of that cavern still, and they must be rescued. They must be allowed through. The mission must happen, Alfior says, losing his temper across the table. A huge banquet table has been erected. It's the next night, and you all find yourselves seated around it. The Claywin forces, the heads of the guard, representatives from the Fast Cloud, Kronor, and Shaylee, and Subble guy? You didn't really get his name, but the short, squat guy with the mustache that hangs out with him and does their legal aid stuff. And you, all seated around this giant table. Almost 40 of you, sitting around, arguing about what must be done. I'm sorry for losing my temper. There's trouble at Griffin's Peak Bridge. My entire purpose here was to ensure that the Claywin forces made it through in time and met up with the remaining forces of the Margrave of the Southern Crescent. Be that as it may, Kadim, the head of the guard, replies, the Jarl was very clear. No one, no army, has ever crossed this bridge, and I don't intend to let them. And who's going to stop us? Your town guard? Don't think that I didn't see the way you turned and ran in the fight. Had the Fast Cloud not stepped up, the battle would have routed and we would have lost. Aye, it's true, Aaron Cotton says. Had we not picked up the slack for your boys in blue, yeah, the entire bridge would have fallen. And then where would we be? We'd be dead. Or maybe we'd be gnolls. I don't know how it works. Not too pleased with it. Shh, quiet, honey. John says, touching his arm. In the middle of this, what are you all doing?
Hating every second of it.
There's food in front of you, and a significant amount of wine.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes is my answer to that. What are you doing? Wine? Yes.
Yasin will be very wearily eating and drinking. You could almost swear that he had been purposely avoiding getting healing during the time, and some of his wounds just look like they've just been left to heal naturally.
So they're starting to scar over.
Yeah.
Is anybody saying anything or getting into this?
Malia's gonna sit there, frowning with her arms crossed, just being like, "You've got to be kidding me." Sort of
Same.
attitude.
Yeah, he is pretty much doing the same. It's like,
Do we need to find another horde of gnolls so you guys can get along again?
Why? Do you know another one? Aaron Cotton shoots it across the table at you.
I mean, I'm sure if we look hard enough, we can find something.
I'd rather not deal with any more gnolls, thank you.
Yeah, so I'll lean to Molly a bit. I don't... It might just be tired from the battle, but... What do we recall of us learning of the issues with the Margrave? Is there something going on?
Oh, I'm trying to remember now.
There was...
I learned a significant amount of it.
What you understand is that somewhere to the north, at the next bridge up, Griffin's Peak Bridge, there is a significant problem occurring. The house... what's the name of the noble house there? I don't have that...
The one right up here?
Yeah.
I
I believe it's Drake Hall.
Drake Hall Keep, yeah.
So Drake Hall has fallen to an internal source, and a civil war is brewing. The Margrave of the Southern Crescent is moving in to deal with it, and has allied with the Claywins, who are joining in a pincer attack. That is the majority of what you know.
Okay.
Rumors as well, but...
Well, I think, didn't I know something about, like, how the political structure worked, of, like, if the Margrave was supposed to have anything to do with the bridge houses, or...
Oh, yes, the Jarl is in control. Each bridge has its own Jarl.
Yeah.
That controls the bridge so that they can never be controlled by a single country.
Which was kind of what the Margrave was trying to do, constantly not liking that.
Yeah, the Margrave wants additional control, because the Margrave is power-hungry as far as you understand.
Yeah, so that's basically what Malia knew and would have let you guys know.
Farah leans over, whispers in your ear. They talk a lot, but they don't do much.
Yeah, I try not to get pulled into politics very often.
Now, as you were
Have you tried the wine?
she burps and a little gout of flame shoots out of the side of her mouth.
Cute.
Hey! It's strong.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
What's this sort of seating arrangement here? I'm just curious. Like,
So
are
it's
we together? Like,
You guys are in the center of the table.
okay, are
basically-
we like all in a row or like opposite sides?
There are 6 of you, so you are the center 3 seats and the center 3 seats.
Okay, cool. So we're just okay.
So basically, it's you guys are in the middle. The Claywins are to your right.
Okay.
The town's guards are catty-cornered opposite to them.
Mhm.
Then it's the Fast Cloud and the various miscellaneous figures from the city are sitting to your left.
Okay. So it seems like
Which I
so
will...
you're next to Farah. So are we basically just sitting like this, essentially?
Sure.
Yeah, that makes it easy. Okay. So it's like
I dealt with politics enough growing up. I was hoping to get away from it.
I didn't
Okay,
really have to deal with
so...
them, and I never wanted
So
to.
you're sitting... So I said Claywin. So you're sitting next to the guards. And that means that you're sitting next to the Cloud. Alia. And then Yasin. And then we've got... I guess it does kind of matter. Other... Fair... Well, that means that Amy is sitting...
Am I sitting next to the Claywins?
Yeah, you're sitting right next to the Claywins.
Gross.
So she... Yeah, okay, yeah, no, Tia hates this.
So this is how it's set up, basically.
Okay, I'm just gonna jot that down quickly.
I don't have any other notes on that page.
Okay.
Well then, what shall be done? Some of you brought down the caverns that they're traveling through from Grimstead. It's going to take them days to turn back. Some of them are likely injured from aftershocks. Who knows how their provisions are holding up? They were supposed to resupply in Dogrun Bridge and bring some very needed coin to this little Passover spot. Oh, now hold up a fucking minute, buddy. Passover spot. This bridge is the most beautiful place in all of the Southern Realms. The architecture, the And as Aaron Cotton's saying this, you're looking around the throne chamber where this is being held, and it's just still covered in, like, blood and battle. There's, like, an axe embedded in the wall over your head.
Like, how far over my head? Like, here?
Like, basically, there's a support beam that runs right over your head. So you could, like, if you jumped up, you could probably pull yourself up into the rafters using the axe handle. Like, it's like basically, if you were a teenage boy, you'd already have jumped and grabbed it.
That's good to know if I need to evade politics.
So T is across from Malia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's the way it happened on the paper. That's the way it is.
Sure.
Where was I? No,
You were talking about
oh yeah,
the architecture.
yes, he starts prattling on and on about like, oh, how beautiful it is, and it's very obvious that Aaron Cotton does love this place. I mean, he's from a family of bridge cleaners. You'd have to love it, or else you just jump.
Jesus.
And as they're sitting around arguing, from the other side of the table, Kronor leans in and gives you the essay equivalent in a single volumes of frustration pass across your minds in that simple as he flexes his tight pectoral, bouncing that leopard printed necktie between his pecs. There's the soft sound of crinkling velvet as the fur gets caught between them and he chokes slightly, the strength of his pecs pulling the tie tight.
I need to go back to the gym so I can beat Kronor.
You need to cosplay Kronar.
And where was I? And another thing. We get it. You like the bridge.
Where's the
Kronar.
Jarl sitting?
The Jarl's not here.
Okay.
Where is she?
Remember, because he's the Jarl.
I know, I just didn't know if she showed up to this. Or is
She
still...
yeeted.
She GTFO'd.
She was
Okay.
smart.
So you're leaning over to Kronor?
He was.
Yeah. Corner. Given the situation up north, is the Margrave in the legal right to get involved? And is he legally entitled to request aid from Claywin?
Legally, the bridge is the property of the Jarl. All transit belongs to their jurisdiction.
But this... What you know of the situation up north, is it legitimate, do you believe, for Claywin to be going and assisting?
It is not for me to say. The precedent has not been adequately stated. What the Jarl said was true. Or should I say, what Lady Marla said was true. No army has ever crossed the bridge since its inception. All armies that have tried to conquer Thestral have either conquered under the bridge or gone by boat to the south. But perhaps do not ask me.
And he'll jut his chin out toward the front door. Aye, and the best part about the bridge is that... There's a mutter, and the arguing stops. The entire table turns and looks at the door to the northern sector, pardon me, to the western section of the bridge. Silhouetted in a door many times her height is the former Jarl, Lady Marlowe.
Yes, and will stand out of respect.
She's dressed in a simple linen tunic, slightly dingy. The threads so bare they look like a mesh around her elbows. Her pants, simple canvas, into a pair of simple boots, just enough to keep out the winter's cold. She's dressed like a pauper.
if you have me a moment of your time, if it pleases the nobles and the court of Dogrun Bridge.
Several others stand. The town guard stands.
You came to the defense of the bridge. Of course we will listen.
Join us.
Pull up a chair.
That's very kind of you.
She approaches the table.
But I shan't be drinking, and I shan't be enjoying in the merriment. As pleased as I am that the bridge is not fallen, I'm here to throw myself upon the judgment of the court, of the one who holds the amulet. And those who would guide Dogrun Bridge into the future. I abandoned my post, and in this very room, regardless of the circumstances, I slew my only kin. The stain still remains, she says, looking down at a dark shadow on the ground. Cronor looks around the table slowly, methodically judging everyone there with his pale blue eyes.
Well, I mean, you did. I wouldn't exactly say you abandoned your post.
But she did. She abandoned us good, one of the guards says under his breath.
Voluntarily rescinded her post to somebody who wasn't emotionally distraught by previous circumstances, so that a decision could actually be made to properly defend the bridge.
Oh, I don't know. She's a kinslayer. Quite right.
Aaron Cotton smirks and licks a toothpick between his teeth.
What was that drug's name again?
That was...
Hell's Breath.
Hell's Breath? I mean, do you have kin?
Aye, I'm a halfling. I've got a few kin.
Of course you do. If we loaded you up with Hell's Breath, you'd probably slay half of them too.
Funny, I don't feel like trying it.
I mean, does anybody want to? Because I certainly don't, and I don't like my family.
Are they as charming as you?
The worse.
You can't divide by zero, love.
But you can divide. But you can divide by Xeno.
No.
I feel like when you were born, your mother took a shite and swaddled the wrong one.
I mean, my family's always preferred my sister to me. But anyways, that's besides the point.
Ooh. I say that murderers should probably,
Murders.
meet just punishment.
And what about those who have been the victim of external forces and mind-altering substances that they did not willingly or intentionally consume? This was not something she did of her own volition. It was done to her by an external actor.
Ah,
Someone
yes.
who also manipulated you and your faction as well, if I should remind.
Not too hard, it seems.
Murder is still murder. And insurrection is still insurrection.
So the point being that there's a problem here. Just, this isn't, like, pointing fingers isn't helping anything. This is not solving any of your issues.
Then what would you have them do? Says the seneschal across the table to you.
If anyone is going to be blamed for the murder of the former Jarl's brother, it is not going to be the Jarl. A tool is a tool, whether it is made of flesh, stone, or wood. The Jarl in this was not but a tool. She was dear to both the Fast Clouds and the Jarl, and was a victim of manipulations outside of this kingdom.
Ah, I agree. She is a tool.
Aaron Cotton is going to get an elbow to the ribs from his fiancée. Margin Johns, of course, the one that you rescued. Yeah. And they look really cute together, by the way. He kind of looks like Leonardo DiCaprio, but shrunk into a halfling.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
Yeah.
The more he speaks, the more Malia's fingers are going to start sparking with lightning. Just how pissed she is at this moment. Just like...
Perhaps then, all of the voting members here, sitting at the table. The leaders of the guard, esteemed members of the city, those who hold the medallion, amulet, and others should place a vote as to the Jarl's fate. Yasin, could you do me a favor and make me a persuasion roll for that? You can do this with advantage because you are technically acting Jarl right now. Oh, 15 and 16? Nice.
So 19 in total.
19 and 12. You can see that there's a lot of murmuring. And,
Is that acceptable?
Kronor says, casting his weary northern eyes around the table.
Who would this all include?
This would include everyone sitting at the table. So the Fast Cloud delegate, the City Guard delegate, the members of the Esteemed City, which would be like the guy you rescued on the bridge and his wife are there. Because my notes are in that big pile behind you. I don't have their names ready.
Yep.
Mike, by the way, hey, you see that big pile next to you? I took them all out because I was going to digitize them, and then I got really busy because I got that new job.
That is a fair reason to be busy.
Right. Yeah. I got another new job, Internet. Sorry. I keep getting hired.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm good at life, but bad at life.
I'm good at life, bad at finances.
Good luck pretending.
But you're lucky at cards. Are you lucky at cards?
I am horribly unlucky at cards, actually.
You never
Ditto.
let people know.
Well, you're pretty good at D&D, so there you go.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, if only I could win money by doing it.
Start a channel. You might get like $10 a month like me.
Yay!
Yay!
Can I borrow your like cool black pen?
Yeah. It's really drippy. Like, I need another pen in that case. But-
I do not have a pen over here.
Okay.
I'll give it back. I'm just whining.
Okay, cool. These are everybody. Rivor and Mie are there. Yovar Longham, the court scribe, is there. Margin Johns is there, and so is Alfior Elantris, as I said, as well as Pace Claywin, who sits on the other side of the table.
Oh, this is awkward.
A couple of delegates from the shadier side of things, are sitting across from the table. Although the drow, Falmerel Moonblight, is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Neither is Chime, the Kenku, or Paulo Tang.
Yeah, I don't think he should be representing things.
I don't think he should.
Did he end up back in prison?
Wait, we didn't release him, did we?
Yeah, you did. He fought on the bridge with you guys.
I vaguely... Yeah.
And then he ran like hell.
Yeah.
He basically vanished as soon as everybody stopped fighting. So you might...
I didn't realize we let him out to fight.
Yeah, I thought we left him in.
I think he, yeah. Unless you hear...
I think it was a desperation measure.
Yeah. Yeah, he was there. Yep.
And then Kadim, the head of the guard, is sitting across from the table. The Kineen are not here. They are elsewhere hiding out.
That's fair.
They got puppies to take care of.
They do.
And all of them survived, which was miraculous.
Yes!
It's almost like you guys specifically angled the game to do that.
It's almost like somebody summoned Nadia right in the middle of a huge fight.
And it turned out amazing.
It did turn out amazing.
Yep.
Anyway, so glancing around, and you can even see that on the other side of things, representing some of the less scrutable, less
Scrupulous?
scrupful.
That works too.
You can see a young human woman, buck teeth, with a large gap in the middle, a face full of pockmarks and freckles. Kind of a Pippi Longstocking nose and face shape. Kind of actually looking like Wendy from the Wendy's
Yeah.
hamburgers. Can't be more than 15 years old, covered in scars, sitting there drinking her ass off. And another thing! Y'all fight like pigs. You fight like pigs. You fight bad. If we hadn't been there, y'all would be screwed. You've met her by this point. Her name is Lalia Laughingsteel. And she is a 15-year-old mercenary who is here for some reason because I rolled her randomly and she's not coming away. Oh, she's an albino.
Oh, neat.
15-year-old bodyguard, face deformed by the pox, albino, not smart, clever, and strong. Okay, yeah.
Not smart.
But
not-
clever.
And I gave her a southern accent because I could. She looks like... She's not an albino, she looks like Wendy. I'm gonna write Wendy on here.
Okay.
Okay. What say you to this vote?
In terms of whether she fulfilled the duty of her post, this makes sense. As to the death of her brother, no. My ruling on that is final. She was the tool. We all know, through our group's investigation, who caused that murder.
Aaron Cott leans forward. Your final ruling. That's presuming a lot. Like, you think that we give two shits what your final ruling is. I do think that if we wanted to start a brouhaha in here, son, you'd be outnumbered. I'm liking the sound of a democracy. Do you know what that is? I've read about it in a book.
Why do I want
Apparently.
to kill him so bad?
This is why you didn't meet him beforehand, because there was no way I could sell this guy as a nice guy.
Apparently you didn't read about courtesy in a book.
Oh, I did, but I used that one when I ran out of toilet paper. Left quite the nick on my knob.
Until things...
I'll lean over. It's his wife, right?
Yeah. Well,
You
fiance.
married him? So you're marrying him?
Next.
Really?
Oh, he's actually a good man. He's just
Doesn't think first?
I mean, speaking to Margin, I mean, have you tried running them instead of him?
Oh,
I-
yeah,
All right.
Good idea.
She'll put a hand over his mouth. Okay, perhaps we'll talk then.
I fully recognize the legitimacy of the Fast Cloud's grievances with the former Jarl and what she has done to the halflings. There's a reason why I fought to make sure that you were not convicted while you were in the prisons.
And
You were mistreated. But that doesn't mean that she was responsible for her brother's death. He was beloved by both sides. And his death... Sorry, I can't remember that.
Oh, the brother Crag.
No, the one who shot the poison dart.
No, not it.
No.
Nona was the one that shot the dart.
Well, we can't prosecute her, can we? Margin says. But
Imagine if
my
you-
fiancé makes a valid point. Don't you? Yes. Right now, you don't really have much authority here. I mean, look. The Jarl's entire power was in the dominion of this bridge and the border. But that, and she'll point at the medallion, which you can see the giant blue gem in the center of it flickers limply like a candle flame about to die. Whatever happened on the bridge? Can you even raise the border with that? It's a wonder it didn't break. Aye, and probably fast acting on your part. I saw you call it down. But whatever that dark magic was, it drained that relic.
Yes. And in part of the rebuilding of this bridge, from the damage that has been done, should be focusing on recharging the relic. It is a potent defense of this community.
Aye, and who's going to go and recharge that relic?
How do you recharge it?
That I don't know yet. What we need to do first is keep this community from stabbing each other in the throat.
And
So that there may remain a community in this hemisphere.
Thank you. I mean, speak honestly. You cried out against unjust conditions. Your intentions, I assume, were to rectify those conditions and make things better, not to slaughter the opposing side.
No. Well, actually, what I would like to do... Quiet, love of mine. What Aaron means to say, in his own original ideas, which I shall now translate into civil,
That's right.
Aaron and the Fast Cloud are willing to recognize the power of an arbitrator.
so perhaps involve Kronor in this discussion.
The Jarl's seat was useful as a ruling piece back when this settlement was not almost 3,000 people. Now, there are so many different... the world's moving at such a fast rate, with trade and transit, griffins flying in and out constantly, giant eagles. It's becoming a trade hub. A Jarl cannot manage that. A Jarl should be a figurehead. Yes, other short one.
You make great sense. I think that is 100% a thing that you and this community needs to figure out. That's nothing to do with us. Yes, and you got handed over to temporary Jarl. However, I feel like we're kind of getting off one of the topics here.
Agreed.
Which was protesting the ruling that she was not at fault for killing her brother because she was forced to via potion. Can we just,
Okay.
pass that one off? I feel like that's just,
Yes.
let's get that off the table and then...
Fine. But that's exactly what I'm getting to right now, is that whoever's sitting or holding that bauble shouldn't just be able to unilaterally make choices on...
Okay.
So,
I think this is a meeting for you guys.
yeah.
Not us. We have nothing to do with this. We're gonna leave very soon.
No, you get a vote.
Why?
Why?
Because
this isn't our town.
We
just
don't live
helped.
here. You guys get to make your own decisions for yourselves.
Just let me speak, woman. At this point, if it's not your town, then whose is it?
Yours!
Aye.
All of you!
Live here.
Aye, but we owe you a life debt.
Okay,
Like
sure.
me or not, but
Well,
I
hold
still
on.
bend a knee and thank you to you.
We'll call on you later.
Oh, I
It
hate
is-
IOUs.
Or it is the same principles that led me to break your wife out of jail that will not let me see this woman, and I'll point to the former Jarl, strung up for the death of her brother.
I think we've already agreed on that.
Fine. Then since she won't hang.
As for everything else, yes, let's put it to a vote.
All right, good, and you'll be the tiebreaker. We'll have a council of representatives.
I think you missed a hint there.
Aye, probably.
Yeah, she won't hang, but you won't be prosecuting her for a murder that she didn't commit
No.
willingly.
Oh, you saw me try to sneak that one by you,
Yeah.
did you? Oh.
Yeah, you're not that smooth. Yas is not exactly that smart. So
You're half right on those counts.
Mally, yeah, damn girl.
You know what? You already have inspiration. I can't give you another inspiration for calling me on that bullshit. But I
I
would.
was like-
I'll give you this instead.
you wait for a moment. There's a thing here.
Dang girl.
I do see you have legitimate grievances, both with what has happened and with the Jarl's preparations, and yes, no, actually, finger quote, on the defense of the bridge. It might be that she says, I don't know what
Oh yeah, prosecute on
what
that.
Kronar would call it, abandonment of her post, gross dereliction of something. I did not pay attention this
duty.
much in the monastery.
Kronor nods.
I mean,
But
mitigate
all of those other
circumstances,
things, yes,
Can
let
she
us.
be tried in your court system?
The other
So
thing,
much it'll show up on the mic. Sorry.
the other thing that might be handy is if you're looking to recharge the relic that raises the border. Does anyone know more about it than Lady Marlowe?
I mean,
Does anyone in this city know more about that relic than Lady Marlowe?
Perhaps one of the librarians?
No.
So she may be a valuable resource in figuring out how to make it work again.
It needs to be recharged.
Well, yes.
It needs to be taken to one of the holy sites and reconsecrated to the gods of light.
Okay.
Is this Aaron?
This is Lady Marlowe steps forward and in a soft voice. It needs to be recharged to the gods of light and good.
So, how about this? If Lady Marlowe recharges that amulet, how about you consider that as community service for her leaving her post?
Sure, Aaron Cotton says. Sounds like a mighty quest, and she'll probably die in the attempt.
And then, I mean, provided she doesn't die.
Either way, I accept.
So, you want control of the city to be dictated by more than a single person, correct?
Aye.
So how about you have the person, the Jarl, with the amulet, with a group of advisors around them, that any laws or issues relating to how the city is run go to the Jarl and go to the city-appointed advisors to the Jarl, so they can decide as a group the best course of actions.
Aye, a representative democracy. That's exactly what I've been talking about. Why haven't any of you been listening?
You have. You've just not been expressing
I've had a mouth in front of my... a hand in front of my mouth in front of my...
Because you were being rude.
I liked your idea.
It wasn't
It was just
being presented
on the murder of the brother. That
yeah,
was something.
you overshadowed
Yeah.
your whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
so-
sounds like we've worked that out.
Buried the lead.
So, do you really want us voting on your thing? When we're not going to live here and not going to participate in it?
No, not you.
Good, I don't want anything to do with you either.
Oh, that's great. However, you're not from here.
That's what we've been saying.
No.
Aye, but you sit in the hot seat right now, don't you?
I was given.
A little too Scottish, need to Irish though.
You sit in the hot seat, don't you?
Yes, I was given this responsibility, and I don't intend on abandoning the city like it had been before.
And you saved Margin.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're alright in my book.
And in passing the amulet to Yasin, it also meant that we could change the conditions of bringing down the barrier and resolve the situation. So,
Yes, good.
in doing his duty,
Well,
he has done a great service.
I think, if you don't mind me saying so,
Go ahead, Alfior says. We haven't heard enough of you.
I thought you were on my side.
That was the first good thing he said.
Alfior shoots you a look across the table like, I've said lots of good things. What is wrong? No.
Fine. Then you stay in that seat while she's off recharging the amulet. And if she doesn't come back, you're stuck there until you find someone else who's as neutral as you.
I wouldn't have felt it responsible to leave until this family is unified again anyway. So yes.
Ah, no shit, you'll actually stay.
Don't you, you stupid.
I didn't think you'd actually do it.
Oh, quiet now.
What?
And then in the meanwhile,
Is that the first
Well-
time we've heard of this?
well, he's...
I can't.
Mm.
No. The last person... This place has been abandoned once already. You can't do that again. It would be like... a child being abandoned by both its parents.
I'm kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, at that point he'll grab his wine glass and like gulp from it.
Oof.
Great. Alright, well, now that that's worked out, so the Jarl, Alfior says, will take the amulet to be recharged.
The X.
Lady Marlowe will take the amulet to be recharged.
My mistake. The former Jarl, Lady Anjan Marlowe, will go and take it to be recharged.
And perhaps have a delegation go with her?
You'll have problems defending this bridge without the ability to raise the barrier. If only there were a nearby army willing to do so for you. It seems now the council needs to decide what will happen with the Claywings. There are matters bigger than one settlement at stake here. I ask that you allow us to cross, not as soldiers, but as citizens of Thesterum.
Well, it is not my decision alone. Please, not everyone here is informed on current events. State your case, and the community will vote.
Without Claywin forces, the Margrave of the Southern Crescent is likely to fall when he leads his forces into Drakehall. If Drakehall falls to whatever ignoble forces dwell there, a spear can be driven into the heart of Thesteros. Our entire land can fall into ruin. We know that Griffin's Peak Bridge is the weak point. It's the greatest of the three bridges, the widest and the most easy to lead armies, hordes of monsters. If this battle had happened at Griffin's Peak, we would all be dead. This is the only way that House Claywin can reinforce the rear guard of the Margrave. This isn't about controlling this bridge, and it never was. This is about doing what's right. And I ask you now, Council, allow us to cross. Allow my forces to cross. If need be, we'll send our weapons after us in a wagon so that we're not crossing as soldiers. I care not how we cross, only that we can do what is right. And I promise you, at the end of it, we will march back to House Claywin over Griffin's Peak Bridge. Or we will rest where we lie and never return. Dogrun Bridge has nothing to fear from friends that bled and died on its stones. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna give myself inspiration. I thought it was a pretty good speech.
Yeah, it was a pretty good speech.
Yeah. So he got a 19 on that.
Nice.
Everybody's pretty convinced then.
All
Does
right.
anyone, before we vote, wish to speak against? And I will wide gesture at the table.
There is some discussion against. I'm gonna roll this on behalf of Chris and see how good Kadim's natural 1 does.
He's like, oh my god, he's a dream!
I'm trying to...
Kadim, the captain of the guard, goes, well, actually, I think it's a great idea. I think we should all vote on it right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, vote! And actually, let's see whether or not...
Anyone does anything?
God, 2 3s in a row. 3 3s in a row. That's ridiculous. So basically, he gets drowned out by the rutabaga.
Would be red.
So, to be clear, no one actually voted?
Are you going to start?
If nobody... Yeah, if there's just murmurs and no one's actually standing up to speak against...
Will someone motion for this on my behalf? You. Please.
I mean, you can believe him, believe his word. If anything, at least that's honest. They won't return this way if they cross.
Well, we'll take that as much of a motion to put this to a vote.
They are the ones who informed us about the gnolls coming. We know they aren't just making things up about oncoming forces and dangers. There's probably something actually happening at Dracul that desperately needs their assistance, loath as I am to admit it.
Alright.
Did stand and fight.
Who does vote for aye to allow them to pass? And start counting.
All right. As they raise their hands, a good 3/4 of the room raises an aye.
Excellent. This is settled then.
And Alfior will look across the table at you. Or actually look next to you, because he's sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And will mouth very, very softly in your ear, "Thank you, Captain."
Yeah, she'll just, like, make a slight motion of, like, acknowledgement, but otherwise won't say anything.
Perhaps we should finish this feast later.
Not that. Sorry.
Kronor will lean forward. Perhaps we should feast and finish political discussion with a sober mind.
I think the important items have been dealt with that are most pressing. Yes. Unless anyone is going to start screaming about some other pressing issue, yes. Let us return to feasting.
I will leave it first, Dawn, if you'll allow it, the Lady Marlowe says. And I swear, I'll return with that. It will be my retribution.
You should probably have a couple city guard with you.
No, and maybe someone from the Fast Cloud through their insurrection. You know, it's fine.
Or
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good.
I will go with her, Kadim says.
I will turn... I will nod and then turn and look at the fast cloud.
This is good wine.
The amulet, if lost, would severely decrease the defenses of the city.
A bridge may fall with if it never returns. Should something happen.
It's quite a nice bridge, but I don't think so. Actually,
Then wouldn't you want to make sure it was dealt with honorably by people who have wronged you?
Does that just pop up?
No, it's not.
that's a good point. In that case, he'll glance further down the table and say, Llewellyn? Oh, yes? Would you mind going along with them on a quest? You're not doing anything. You'll be back in time for the wedding. Llewellyn, Krista's NPC. Oh. I suppose I could do that. Then let's all drink to that.
Yeah, drink.
Cheers!
I could vote on
To
that.
the new fake Jarl.
To the new fake Jarl.
May he never grow any hair on his chin.
Chinny chin chin.
You're
that
an He's an elf!
Yeah.
Elves don't grow facial hair.
Yeah.
Might be a
I didn't know if that was a particular
He's not an orc.
to it.
Actually, orcs don't grow much facial hair, do they? I guess maybe.
Some do.
Some do? Really? I thought they didn't. I might be thinking about Goliaths.
Maybe.
Have you met a Goliath?
I mean, did Thorn have facial hair?
And with that, you will drink into the night.
I was going to, if the former Jarl was leaving right away,
Yep.
I was going to go take her aside and like do whatever. I assume I can bless somehow with like channel divinity or something.
Yeah. You can give her at least a blessing and a prayer.
Yeah.
And she'll put a hand on your shoulder and say, "Thank you for your kindness and your well-wishing through the bond of our shared blood. The tempest shines in your eyes, and she guides your steps. And I'm so proud of you."
Whoa!
Deep.
Wait, what?
And I promise, I will make you and all of those who stand in the stones proud of me again.
She will be appropriately like strong, tough, and dwarfly back.
Yeah.
And dramatic.
All right.
None of us heard that though.
No,
I
you just-
followed her. It was
Okay.
a quiet little thing. So
I
knew
figured
she
it was
wouldn't
like
want it in
outside.
public.
Yeah.
Dwarves are surprisingly emotional creatures, but not in front of non-dwarves.
Yeah. We quietly went aside. Like,
Yeah, let's be tough and Scottish.
Vela's light, guide your way.
Vela's light, burn their asses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zap zap.
Zap, zap, zap. Especially
Hey,
that.
Kelly.
yeah.
How big is the axe in the rafter?
It's a single axe. The blade is about the size, about this big.
Okay, so it's not like a throwing axe then, eh?
I mean, depends who you are.
If it's about that big, that's what, like a great axe.
Yeah,
That's a sizable.
it's like a beheading axe.
Oh, okay.
The next morning, you gather.
Oh, which I went back and fixed that Temple of Vela.
Did you go? You will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were
And,
gonna-
Yeah,
Before
we
they
were gonna
head
do
out, the halfling, I'm going to give her my blue sapphire and tell her that, if things become dire on this, she'll conjure an air elemental and may aid in your quest.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
She's totally selling it.
You don't know her. You don't know where she's been. Krista, tell me if she's selling it.
She might sell it. Or it might keep her alive. Either way.
Or selling it might help her keep her alive. Who knows?
Exactly.
It's true.
Oh.
The next morning, you all meet up. Kroner calls you to his offices downtown. There's a small brunch set out for you.
Oh yeah, more food.
And as you eat, Yasin shows up.
I thought this appropriate.
Since you're filling in, you will be required to do a significant amount of court documents. Preside over cases and the general goings-on at Dogrun Bridge. Perhaps it's best to say goodbye now then.
Yes.
I'll leave you to it. When you are done, join me in my chambers. I have a gift of thanks to give you.
And he will exit the room. And Shaylee will look at you, smile, bend over, and you can see that she flashes an ample amount of cleavage around that like mink fur dress that she's wearing. It's shiny white and furry. Oh, and there's fresh cider in the pot. She says in a vaguely Swedish accent. And departs the room as well. Thump.
Well, haven't known you all that long, but good luck with that paperwork.
And hey, you ended up first.
That, big swig aside.
It's good cider.
That's kind of an interesting story. You ended up first in the jail, and now you're owning it. I'm so
That's
proud
pretty
You
of
were
funny.
you.
arrested for drunkenness and ended up Jarl.
Yeah.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Good story. Good
I
story.
mean, what a time to be alive.
That's all I
Girls
asked
still
him.
dispute that I did any of those things while I was drunk, and I don't remember it.
Yeah, that's just
because
what happens when you get that drunk.
just because you don't remember what happened doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try
You
and
may
keep...
have been a tool of the alcohol, but the alcohol still was involved.
As long as we continue our love-hate relationship. And by we, I mean the alcohol. Not me.
I mean, I kind of assumed you guys had a bit of a
So
love-hate
does this mean
relationship
you
going
guys
on
are
as well.
separating now?
What?
Are you guys separating now?
I mean, we're going our way and he's staying here. So,
But
I
you
mean,
were
I thought that was
married.
the point.
Yeah,
No, we
yeah,
were engaged!
So
Or
wait,
so I was told.
So
No.
is that still happening, or
No, we were never engaged.
According to
I was
him, you
told
were.
this. No,
told
it wasn't
you?
according to me. It was during the market. It was at the market. Who was telling me this? I actually do not remember
This
who was
was,
telling
did
me this.
become a story for some reason. I can't remember why this became a thing.
I thought you were married, Farah says.
Yeah,
from
me
the,
too.
Piping up from the back of the room where she's reading on a couch.
No.
Well, yeah, because you guys got the
We got
those,
bracelets.
the bracelets that
Yeah.
There would require
The
a
token
ceremony
of our
fair.
friendship?
I'm not sure whose culture is
Is that what the
ceremony,
kids are
but
calling
some
it these
kind of
days?
ceremony would be required.
No!
Friendship.
It's it. In any case, you are.
So you're breaking up?
I think they're breaking up.
Oh, that's sad.
We weren't married. We were not together. We are not breaking up.
Are you gonna keep your bracelets?
Of course.
That's the
They are a
one.
token of friendship, an ongoing bond. It is not something that you just throw away.
That sounds like a marriage to me.
That sounds like engagement to me. I would know if there was a marriage. There is ceremonies and feasting and wine. And I've certainly not had that much wine yet.
And there's been no ceremonies or feasting in that.
I mean, we had a battle on the bridge that's kind of like a
That's
ceremony.
not a ceremony. I'm not that much of like.
I'm
It was my
just,
grandparents that were the orcs. Okay.
I'm just
Apparently we're
grilling
pushing
you.
for an elvish
I'm
ceremony.
just grilling you.
I mean,
This is-
elven ceremonies are lovely.
Anyways.
There's less flowers at least.
I don't even know what this
My parents opted for an elven ceremony, even though my father's human.
In any case, forget it. Forget it.
In any case, how about brunch?
Yes, sounds good. Let's toast to that drink.
Yay!
Brunch.
We will be sure to send you letters of our exploits
Indeed.
that you are not a part of.
And we'll make sure that
I'll send you a pigeon.
we send you copies of the paperwork that we have to do, which is to say, no paperwork. Just records of our fun.
That's fine, you do that.
I'll
And
try
I
and
will
send bards
find-
your way.
A maid
Tails.
somewhere in this town that can make, I don't know, like a enchanted paper, so I can send you enchanted images of puppies.
Send us presents.
Ah,
Are they going to stay here though, or are they going to continue on?
I think they're moving on. They were moving on to Pitmarin, I believe.
yes, but you can't go when
They're
you're about
waiting
to
for the right time.
go.
Well, I mean, she's already had her puppies.
If they need to recover, you can't just
That's
true.
pick up and wander off.
And I think they still got the avalanche to deal with. I think they're off the road.
It is true.
Such things.
Either way, I will make sure that they have a much more hospitable and comfortable place until they're ready to go.
Just
None of this
make sure-
warehouse stuff.
Well, just make sure that nobody else really learns about them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are very unique in this world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can give them that penthouse at the hotel for now.
That is
Now
exactly
that
what I
we're-
was
now that we're
thinking.
If they keep it up, they won't be that unique for long.
Oh.
That's true.
I like that.
Cider. Nice meeting you.
It was nice to meet you too.
Keep getting in trouble. It's fun.
If someone likes
Encourage
it.
him. He doesn't need help.
Just
Hey, there's my trouble, and then there's that trouble. At least I know my level.
And I'm coming
No,
with
you
don't.
Yeah, we should leave Mars here.
No!
No, no,
Do you wanna
no.
be a
There's
Jarl?
only one Jarl. There's only one.
Do I want to be a Jarl?
Jarl Mars.
Fight.
Queen Mars.
don't encourage her.
Encourage her.
Do not encourage her.
You could change
Farah.
it. You could change the name to Demon Run Bridge.
Farah!
But
You
Farrah,
are the
you've had too much
shit
cider.
disturber.
she takes after me.
I should go back to reading.
I'm not buying you any more hats.
I already have a great hat, see? And she'll just adjust the blue hat that you bought her. Why would I need another one?
Because they're better hats.
Accidents happen.
There are not better hats than this hat. You bought this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Farah, accidents happen.
Are you
Hatcidents.
threatening the hat?
So does retaliation, murder, and fire.
Right.
And she knows where you sleep.
And I know where she sleeps. We sleep in the same freaking room.
I
I don't
mean,
actually sleep.
if I was to have to
What do you
choose
think
between
that?
who would win in a fight,
Okay.
I would between you two. I would pick Farah.
Same.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gonna
Farah.
choose who was gonna cause more trouble by stealing something, I would pick you.
Thank you.
Especially caused trouble by pure accident from picking up things that were basically blatantly like bright shining signs saying "Do not touch."
Oh, where's the sign?
Accident.
Enchanted images of puppies? Is Ryan trying to invent the internet?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Kel. That was a fantastic.
Now that I'm Jarl, I must now become a millionaire.
Shall we go speak to Kronar? He said he had something.
Yeah, I may as well.
What do you think that could be?
I don't know, but I want to hit the merchants before we go.
Yeah, I'm
On the
pretty
way out.
interested too.
I mean, I
They
think
might
we
not
could
have-
probably get some pretty hefty deals, seeing as we're the saviors of the city.
Has anyone actually even set up yet?
Probably.
Oh, we need to, Yasin.
Yes, and
Oh, give that
The
token.
perfectly perfect potions place needs to be reimbursed for stuff that was used in the battle.
It's true. Yeah.
They might give us more of a discount, but
Now that
Yeah.
she's dead?
I'm sad that she was
yeah,
dead.
but
I
that
was looking
business
forward to
might
seeing
still
her
be
again.
going on.
And was she the only person who ran it, or was it
No,
someone else?
she had a few people with her.
Okay,
She
so...
was just the one in charge, is all.
Mm.
But yeah, there's some credit out for
That's
them.
fine. It can be a city expense. It was in the defense of the city.
It's true.
So we sort of figured.
Woo,
Anyway.
we didn't skip town and not pay her.
Alright, let's go see Kronar.
Oh, and I have one of these potions that I could return. I only used one of them.
or not.
What do you think is sitting in the bag of holding right now?
All right. So you head in. Are you going to go with them, Yasin?
I assume I have paperwork to do, so
Yeah. Are you going to head out?
I have to head out. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Yasin bids you farewell, cementing the bond of friendship between you that will last
Many moons.
many lifetimes, especially if you keep dying and being resurrected. And with that, Yasin departs to go adjudicate matters across Dogrun Bridge, and we thank Ryan for joining us. Have a great time tonight. Thanks for coming out. We'll have you in another game very shortly.
Yes.
And Yasin might come back. He's only Jarl until this damn thing gets recharged. See, look, I only made it temporary.
Unless he's so good at it that they decide to elect him and keep him somehow.
You know, there's a mini of the Giant Eagle now, right? I considered buying it.
That's awesome!
Yeah, it's one of the new ones they just released.
Oh, I want it.
All right, so we're going to take a 2-minute break while we just reconfigure.
I need more tea.
I need to pee.
All right. So, hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for tuning into Generic Fantasy number 17735. We don't have any fancy graphics to put up while we go and pee, so instead, I'm just going to talk at you in this salesman voice. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Oh, so Ryan, you've got to buy Felicia and invent the internet.
sounds like a plan.
And break it. Break it and then invent it. Alright, so guys, I think we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to do a bit more role-playing and finish up a couple of these plots. And then what we'll do is we'll do the shopping on the side, because watching the Home Shopping Network is pretty boring.
Yeah.
Especially when they can't buy any of it.
Right? Yeah. Who wants a magic cape? Me.
Sorry about like all the scritching. I'm trying to like draw characters.
But like, if you're quiet for a second, Winter, keep doing that and watch the screen. See, it does pick up. So when you were scratching with the pencil, I'm ripping these for podcast later, and I'm like, someone's gonna stab me if I do this.
Oh, sorry.
So
Well, speaking of stabbing,
cool.
yeah,
I was starting to tense up and clench up
I have to ask because
when you were playing Eric or
Aaron Cotton.
Did he
I was
just
just
really piss you
And T is just like, maybe we should have let them kill him.
Yeah.
So he's actually not an awful guy. He's
He's
just
a dick.
he's just yeah.
Well,
But-
that's the thing. Is like I was like, some points are okay, but some of those points,
The
I'm like,
presentation of it.
He's good at getting shit disturbers behind him, if you couldn't notice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which was why I leaned into his like fiance. I was like, really?
I guess I didn't intend for him to start off as Irish, but I kind of went with that, and then it was kind of
that's what we got.
it kind of brogue, and then oh, hold on, Mike
Uh-oh.
could drive down and do your ad segment. Yeah, that's true. You could. So and then honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, he probably should have had like a Bostonian accent.
Tia? That's her Tia.
Oh yeah, we're gonna defend this bridge like a wicked pisser, eh? Or that's not. I don't know. Oh, that's really
Oh
nice.
yeah, but
Oh yeah, no, that's the wrong accent. I can't do
I
Bostonian.
think I can show this. I want to show this.
Wear your khakis. Put your khakis in your khakis. There we go.
so Ryan's out for the night,
Ryan's out for the night. You can take his chair away.
and now I'm gonna take all his room for activities.
Yeah, basically just
Well, I got, player art.
Oh, no.
player art.
Oh no.
So yes. In the meanwhile, what game do you guys think I should rope Ryan into
Why is
joining?
that one red?
So he can only usually play once a month.
I don't know.
Why is that comment?
Oh, it's the most recent one, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the other most recent ones weren't red.
I don't know, because Kel put it up. Kel also has special like pins that nobody else does because she's a subscriber. Also, that reminds me, like and subscribe. You get special bonuses. We're also going to be upgrading a lot of things on our Patreon. So go to www.patreon.com/dorktales. Support us. Even $1 gives you access to exclusive content and premature access to podcasts. I don't know.
Oh, there's so much room for activity.
Smash that like button, Schnarf.
Oh, that's Sophia from like the BuzzFeed. She made her own YouTube channel and she goes, "Shamash that like button."
Shamash.
I love
Hulk
Sophia.
smash like button.
Someone else was doing.
My monthly Patreon pledge didn't go through this month because it happened the day that my rent also came out.
Oh, that's fair.
And I was like, oh, so I need to update my payment information so that I can actually go
I
through.
appreciate it. I like the money. It's not the money as much as just the support. I like seeing a lot. Actually, we gained a new person this month. Was it you, Amy?
No.
Huh?
Give me $1.
But she works here.
I know. Give me $1. I'll give it back. I just like seeing my numbers go up.
But I was thinking about it. I was
So someone else just supported us. I forget who it was,
Oh, no idea. Back up.
but I love them.
I like the.
We're friends forever now because they gave me $1.
She's
My love is cheap.
as
All right. So now that everyone has emptied themselves
she thick.
emotionally,
My love isn't as cheap because my love
have
involves.
tea.
Ooh.
I mean, she's
Because my love partially involves a birthday fundraiser on Facebook for pangolins.
oh yeah. I'm not supporting that.
That's
kind of
okay.
rugged.
I don't like
Not
those
quite
things.
that
They're freaky.
built.
Oh, they're so cute!
You're so
She's not
cute.
super
Thanks,
strong.
man.
She
There we
doesn't
go.
have, like,
That is cute,
She really
but you know what's
strength
cuter than
wise.
dogs?
No.
Pangolins.
Epitome of cuteness.
Pangolins are cuter than dogs.
Behind us.
I have something better coming
the
soon
fish is
for
not
Dork
there.
Tales. Soon. Is this the game that I'm running for you, Mike?
A Dork Tales?
Face
A
is
woo.
more pointy and like
Ooh.
thing.
Okay.
So I mean closer.
He's so
Closer to
good.
that.
Yeah,
But that's more
mine's
anime
like-
style.
Yeah, that's just
So.
kind of
Comfy body.
And we are back. Huh.
So,
The door creaks open in front of you as you enter into Kronor's chambers.
Dun 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 dun.
He kills all of us.
Braziers are lit on either side of his massive desk.
Remind me how big Kronor is?
Kronor is almost 7 feet tall. He's half as wide. Each of his pecs is roughly the size of a small child's toboggan.
Or like, you know, a Captain America shield.
Basically, have you seen that shot of Captain America where he's drawn from the side and it's just ridiculous proportions? Kronor makes that guy look small.
Wow.
Kronor is as Conan the Barbarian looks in like the old pulp drawings.
Does he have the murder strut?
He has the genocide strut.
Okay.
It's like an army strut. Anyway, no, that's goose stepping. Never mind, that's not him.
I was just responding
Yeah.
to Mike.
All right. Walking in, you can see that Shaylee has acquired an old vellum scroll from a shelf and is standing next to Kronor as he sits behind his desk, writing with a fountain pen. Good. You have come. Sit. 5 chairs, fair as a person, are sat out before
the big man.
before his imposing throne. You are the heroes of Dogrun Bridge.
So they say.
I mean, we just did what anyone would do.
You saved all of these people.
I just set traps.
You deserve a reward. So I will give it to you. You are crossing the border. As armed combatants, adventurers.
I suppose so.
Kronor's legal firm has decided to sponsor your membership into the Adventurers Guild.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
What?
The what now?
That's a thing? What does that even mean?
I forget that you are from the boonies.
I guess they do things differently on the main continent.
What's the booze?
You are from the middle of nowhere. Thestoril is the backwoods part of our world. You're about to step into a realm much larger than you could ever imagine. Adventuring guilds allow you to work, to make coin, to find adventure for pay. It gives you exclusive access to missions, to information, and to sites normally barred from the normal citizenry. Shaylee! And she will unroll the scroll in front of you. You can see dozens and dozens and dozens of names emblazoned on that orangish parchment in glowing, glittering red like stoked fire. These are the names available. There have been many adventuring guilds, some passed down for generations. Perhaps you have heard of some of them. The Godslayers, the Bell Tollers, Dragon's Gambit, heroes of bygone ages. You will join their ranks. You can choose your own name. I will register for you. But choose wisely. Or choose one from the list if you wish to save a bit of coin. For re-registering with the Adventurers Guild, costs significant. And in platinum.
Oof. Oof.
What's on the list?
Do you have your short list? As you look down, you can see that there are a number of party names strewn out for you. The Devil's Take, Razor Knife, Moon Grapplers, Hairy Wary,
Who used that one?
A pack of werewolves.
Oh.
And were-rats later.
And they're not using
fitting.
it anymore?
No,
They were wet rats.
there was some copyright infringement issue.
Ah, that'll happen sometimes.
You can see that there are a number there. The Venturers, the Returners, the Oncoming Storm, the Island Thunder, the Golden Talons, the Silver Dagger, the Black Masks, the Cloak of Eternity, the Gold Standard, the Storm Riders, the Breakers of Chains, the Heralds of Winter, Stormbreakers, the Steam Forged, and of course, the Mighty Mighty Kittens.
Don't ask. Their story is one of tragedy.
It'd be bad luck to take it.
It's true. I'm not sure we could live up to the name the Mighty Mighty Kittens anyways.
No, we're not worthy.
You are not worthy to say their name.
Oof.
He furrows his brow, and you can tell that he doesn't get whatever joke you're trying for, and he is dead serious.
Do you not know the story?
Right.
Do reading, boy.
Can I do a history roll?
Yes.
I want to see if if any of us have
Actually,
heard
all of you may do a history roll to see if you recognize any of these names and some of their deeds.
Okay.
How about a 7?
16!
16?
Yeah.
17?
Which name would you like to know about that I listed?
The Mighty Mighty Kittens.
The Mighty Mighty Kittens were a group of they were an all-female adventuring troupe that they attempted to steal a cure for a deadly poison that was afflicting a city of orphan children from a temple of the god of death and, well, not death, of murder, Hisk, and did not succeed, for they were betrayed by one of their own, and are chained inside of the temple of Hisk, unable to die, yet forever bound to a wheel of pain, where their flesh is melted off of their bones, only to regrow when the morning sun hits. All of the kids died.
Do you share this story, or do you just go, oh, and then just
I'll
be
go,
quiet?
oh.
Those kittens.
I have no idea.
Yeah, actually, I have read about them before.
Then you know the tragedy. Which one would you like to know about, Winter?
What was the one that you listed before the
I listed a lot.
Silver Dagger?
Silver Dagger, yeah. What was the one before that?
The Cloak of Night, the Black Masks, it wasn't Dawnspell, I didn't say that one yet. There
Wasn't it like
was
Cloak of Eternity or something?
That was one of them.
the Cloak of Eternity. There was also Godslayer, which isn't on the list, but he
Breaker of Chains.
said Breaker of Chains, Heralds of Winter. I don't know. Pick one.
I know, I can't remember which one it was. That's why I thought you had it on that list.
Oh, no. I was just... this
okay.
is just generic fantasy setting. I go everything off the top of my head.
Okay. Come back to me.
Yeah. What'd you get?
11.
All right, I'm back to you.
Because I got 7, I can't help.
Boom, roasted.
The most recent one is Godslayer is a heroic adventuring party from the north that, in their final mission, managed to bring down a terrifying black dragon.
Huh.
But, if there are any others you'd like to know about and you remember what they are, let me know and I'll let you know.
Okay.
So choose. And choose wisely.
Well, what do we think?
I don't know.
You should discuss it among yourselves.
Okay.
Perhaps there is some ethereal force that would like to lend its opinion.
God mode, go.
Some room of chatters that wish to weigh in.
Many unbearable hours later.
Oh, see, I just came up with Stormbreaker again.
I do like the idea of fortune something.
Oh my goodness, what have I found here? Gilding
Fortune
Generator.
Venture.
Fortune Venture?
Fortune Venture.
The Untouchables. No,
Fortune's Venture.
Army of Divine Fortune.
If you're going
Steel
with-
Hearts.
If you're going with that, I would say nothing ventured.
Nothing gained.
Yeah, that's why you say nothing ventured. Who are you? We're nothing ventured.
I like those kind of plans.
That's kind of fun.
I mean, that's not that bad, actually.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And I do like Ventured.
What's Kelly's opinion?
I
said
pulled
it.
it out of my butt, so I'm fine with it.
I quite like that, actually.
Nothing ventured.
Nothing ventured.
And then we have a comeback for it. Nothing gained.
All right, so everyone roll me one die.
What
Okay.
type? Like a D20?
It's always a D20.
Nat 20.
19.
I've got an 8.
Okay.
Wow.
So as you're looking over this list, you lean down and there's one at the bottom. It's written in black ink. The red...
It's kind of spludged.
It is kind of smudged. It's like the crimson writing that once adorned this page has long since burned out. You can look down and you say, nothing ventured.
That one.
Do you say anything?
I do. I'll be looking down the page with it. Nothing ventured.
What? Farah says, looking up. Perfect.
Nothing ventured. It's
No.
the last name on the list. It's not even in shiny red lettering.
Huh, I like it.
The name has not been used in quite some time.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
I like it.
Do you wish for that one?
Yeah, I like it.
Would sound pretty cool on a t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Nothing ventured.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get everyone to make me an insight roll?
Uh-oh. Nope. I like it.
Oh god, I got a nat 20.
21.
16.
Okay.
26.
So you are just like, oh, yes, nothing gained. Wow. But the rest of you who aren't greedy shits, very greedy shits, will... Farah, there's a tone in her voice.
Then have it be done. By the power invested in me, I now bequeath unto you the title of Nothing Ventured. Hands. Present your hands to the title.
Wait, how do we do this?
Hold your hands out.
Puts her hands up like, just kidding.
One hand?
You all put your hands...
Clasp hands in the center of the table.
We're basically doing this. Oh, careful with the mic.
Farah leans her hand in.
I am connecting us all.
Yes!
Chrono raises his hands. By the power of attorney, I bond you forever to the title. Nothing ventured.
And all of you are going to feel a searing white-hot heat behind your eyes for a moment.
Oh.
And then suddenly, looking down, you're going to see the letters emblazoned with a red light.
On the hands?
On each of your hands, there will be a mark that you can see ghostly silhouetted in your mind's eye. A permanent spell has been cast upon you that allows you, well, as Kronor describes,
the power of attorney allows me to bequeath upon you the ability to read the adventurer's code. You can see notices and writings left in official guild halls, and see markings left to you. Good luck. Nothing ventured. Chrono wishes you well.
Sounds better and better each time I hear it.
Right? Yeah, like...
Thank you.
Thank you for this, yes.
Now, if you excuse me, I must continue these divorce proceedings.
One moment. She'll pull a flask out of like one of those old fancy beers or whatever she found. Will you join us in a small drink to celebrate our new name?
Also, who's divorcing?
I don't think that's important.
It's
Just a little one.
attorney-client privilege. It is improper for an attorney to become inebriated on the job.
I will leave you some then.
However,
We're all happy.
there is no beer or liquor in this land that can inebriate the great Chrono with one drink.
Excellent!
Yes!
Excellent!
Glasses all around!
and you will drink to your new name.
We will
Chrono
crack one of
the
those
inebriator.
expensive barrel casks open.
Later on the
Flask?
street,
I think I had a flask.
or later outside anyway, you will see that Farah is standing off by herself in the main room as you're leaving. That was weird, she says, looking at you.
Oh, the spell thing?
What was?
Okay.
This. And she'll hold up the book that she's been reading.
What's that?
It's the story of... Well, and she'll hold it up, and on the front you'll see in a bright common script, Nothing ventured.
Huh.
This is the story of the 4 heroes that sealed the goddess Nyrn.
Oh, snap.
Of course it is. Of course that's how this is going to work
When
out.
did you find that?
I've been reading it for a while now. It was in the library. I kind of borrowed it. I'll return it someday. Yasin's the Jarl. I probably don't have to borrow it. It's probably just mine now.
I mean, that's fair. We have a bag of holding for a reason.
There's all sorts of weird stuff in here.
Can I see?
What do you mean? Like, weird how?
Can I see the book? I flipped to the last page.
It's talking about how they broke up. Like the party broke up. Each of them returned
to their own area. Pit Marin, warrior of the West, returned to the place of his birth and built a settlement for all of the freed people of the world to guide and watch over.
How far have you read into this?
Probably about halfway. I'm just at the point where they met the priest.
What priest? Which one? What was his name?
Or what?
Here.
Priest of who?
Okay, so
What?
there's 4 people in this book.
Yeah.
And she'll say, I think at this point you're probably walking outside.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So there's Pit Marin, warrior of the West,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the one who stayed to watch over the southern eye of Nyrn. And there's Lady Marine, the enchantress of the East, who vanished to the Feywilds.
Right.
Edagon the Wise, the Wizard of Wonder, who returned and built his tower. I'm assuming, if that's what it said on the last page anyway. And then Viceland, the Chosen of Vela.
That's the one I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, the front pages were smudged out. It's got a little bit of water damage. But Viceland, he's make me a religion roll, please. What'd you get? You got a 1?
That one.
Holy crap! Would you like to spend your inspiration on
Yes,
this?
please.
If you roll another 1, your character dies.
No.
You know what you needed for this?
Is 21.
You needed a 5. Viceland is one of the greatest heroes of the Church of Vela's history. An Aasimar chosen by Vela herself and molded into her image of justice. Basically, the Captain America of Aasimar. Aasimar, whatever.
I always pronounced Aasimar, so.
Yeah, same.
He is the equivalent of the he's the most powerful warrior in the Church of Vela. And still is. Aasimar don't die until their role is fulfilled. Apparently his isn't done yet.
I will word vomit that all.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Oh,
slightly fangirlish.
but he's mentioned in the book.
So he was,
Yeah. This is him right here. Sort of. And she'll show an engraving of this incredibly handsome man with like glowing wings.
Is he still around?
Sounds
Yeah.
like it.
So I guess maybe.
Are tieflings like Aasimar in that way? Like, do they just
I
not
was
die
wondering
until?
that.
What?
Like, is
You might be
Mars
immortal. Give me a knife.
I don't think that's how that works.
Let's not test that.
No, like,
No. No.
I mean, or is it?
maybe later. No.
Wait, so Aasimar, do they die of like murder type things, or just not natural causes like illness and things like that, or everything they can't die until they're done their duty?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's just they don't die. Well, they do, but they resurrect really easy. I don't know.
That?
Well,
They
I
come
almost
back
died
really quick.
once.
I think they're on the express lane.
Huh?
But you didn't. You're immortal.
What? When did you die? What? You didn't die.
She almost died.
I almost
Almost, but you didn't.
died. My life flashed
So
before
anyway-
my eyes.
Anyway, they're at the point where they're on their quest,
Yeah.
and they keep getting harassed by this weird guy. Yeah, that's not the name that they're given though.
Ooh, what does it say?
So they're joined by this trickster called Zyrthus.
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 It's with an X. It's kind of hard to pronounce. Zyrthus? Zyrthus?
Zyrthus.
Zyrthus, beloved of Zalos.
Boy, that parallels our stuff.
At least that part does.
Kinda freaky.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh well, at least we have a name now.
Yes.
Well, let's know if anything else kind of weird comes up from your reading.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
Do you have any more books?
This was a pretty big book.
What made
And
you
with a bag
pick
of
that
holding.
one when you were at the library?
Had a gold spine.
Oh.
See?
Fair.
Yeah.
I've got another one in my bag about dragons, but it's pretty badly damaged.
Interesting.
I want to learn our history, or at least the part I skipped.
Fair.
And I want to know where all of them are.
That's a good time.
Dragons are fairly rare now.
We didn't used to be. I guess we lost a lot.
You did.
I mean,
The dragons lost a lot.
I mean, if we can help you find them and find out what happens, and of course we will. At least I will.
But it's all okay now, right? I mean, that's why, I mean, we've got heroes and adventurers and you know, goddesses like Urvela. The world sorted itself out.
That doesn't mean that it's not important to you, though.
We'll find something.
Yeah.
Want
Times
it
are
to be
always
something
changing.
absolutely awful that breaks Farah horribly.
Oh, absolutely, it's gonna be. Has to be.
I like this plot.
Times are always changing. You don't know what's going to happen
I
next.
think the dog's dead.
Yeah, it happens.
It does.
Perhaps we should probably get going in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some good sleep.
Are you
Stock
going?
up, restock.
Yeah, let's go check out some... I'm gonna go check out the market. I want some cheesecake before we go.
I didn't get any cheesecake last time, I don't think.
Let's go
I
get
want
lots
some.
of
Already
cheesecake. Let's go
cleared
get
and reset.
lots of
I don't know.
beer and wine and just get really drunk and have cheesecake.
How
Last
about
night.
we do what she said first and,
What she said?
you know, go see if they've set up again.
Yes.
There was a fairly epic battle a couple days ago.
And we don't know if they've been able to,
Oh,
you know.
Yeah,
they have to.
I don't know too much about what happened on the bridge the other day, but I hear it was pretty big. I hear there were some really cool people that were on the bridge that were fighting, so...
Oh, what are they called?
Yeah,
I think they're called Nothing Gained.
No,
I haven't heard of them before, though.
no, that doesn't sound quite right.
No, not Nothing Gained.
No, I think it was
And then you guys are gonna walk off with this fading off into the background. I think that's how that would be.
Tail is like.
So you're gonna do some shopping.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything else before you leave Dogrun Bridge that requires the presence of a storyteller?
I don't think. At least not me. I don't think.
Unless I have really awkward conversations with Clay Winds or just GTFO as fast as I can.
Is anybody saying goodbye to the Kneen? Or
Yes.
Of course.
I'm also gonna go fix that temple.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think that needs to be stated again because we'd said it a few times.
I just
but-
want it to be clear that
Yes,
yes,
that's
I am
good.
doing it. I'm not forgetting. I am doing it.
Yes, and I am helping very much because, oops, that was our bad.
All right.
I will try and drag Mars into helping as well.
So you
I
meet.
was gonna go. I was actually gonna secretly donate money to them, but yeah.
So the next day,
Okay.
you meet, or later that night actually, you'll meet up with the Kneen.
Yay.
Small, mewling pups wrapped in swaddling clothes lay at the back of the room.
The puppy noises.
I will go in and congratulate Nadia again.
Thank you.
And share with them the news that we've gained an adventuring name.
Congratulations. That's a good name.
Thank you. We only found out just afterwards that.
It belonged to Our Lady.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems.
We've got large footsteps to fill.
Medea will brush some of the hair that's gone askance on her head. I'm quite tired, but we should be ready to move. I hear the snow's breaking up.
That's good.
Soon we'll be able to make our way back toward Pit Marin. Maybe find some trace of Our Lady. If you come across anything,
We can send word.
We appreciate it.
Oh.
What?
I will go rooting through my pack. Because I have an Orchalum chip figurine of Elven Woman, Marina, from Pit Marin.
Oh.
You do?
I will dig that out.
Oh, because you already gave the.
I gave him
painting?
the
This
painting
was
of
in the bottom
Marion.
of my pack.
Hmm.
We found this in Pit Marin when we were there.
That's lovely.
I will also give them directions to where we saw the statue in the underground of the...
A Maliat? Is it Maliat? Or was it
No,
under
that was in
the...
Pit Marin. That was in the... when we went
Oh,
under
yeah, it was
in
under
the water.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
But it's drained now,
Yes.
probably, so...
May I? Thank you.
Yeah.
You've been such good friends.
Wellis should have the painting as well.
I'll make sure he gets this too. The pups begin to cry. I'll see you in a bit then. If I don't make it back up in time, there are a lot of mouths to feed. And she'll give you each a quick hug. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.
Alright, we'll pass around some blessings again.
I would like to go back to the jeweler guy that I...
You will in a minute.
Yeah.
So as you're heading out,
Okay.
you'll get the don't let the door kick you in both places. Butup says. It was good fighting with you on the bridge. Says Warwick. It was really good meeting y'all. Dita says. Yes. Well, I suppose you'll be heading out now, Wellis says.
Yep.
You had that statue on you the whole time?
Forgot it was in the bottom of my bag.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's quite wonderful. Well, I noticed that at the end of the battle, you plucked something away from the Flind. Where the Flind fell. There was something you found, you dug around in where the flail burned into the bridge.
Me?
Yes, I saw it. A small pink or...
the...
Yes.
Did we tell them that story yet?
No.
No.
We don't really spread it around too.
I see. Are you collecting?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you have one?
For a friend?
Yeah.
And he'll reach into a pouch at his waist. And can I do you make me a will save?
Oh dear.
Or wisdom save?
Wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
No. 5.
Cool. He's going to pull out a small glowing chip. And you are going to hit a wave of nausea and strange anger. Kind of floods through your stomach like you swallowed a gallon of lava. Please, quite all right.
This happens every time she's around one.
I am sorry. Perhaps it emits some type of magical radiation. Radiates. Much better. Learn to speak quicker, Wellis. Here. If it won't hurt you.
I'll take the little pouch I have out of the...
And it will click back into place. You have a little over a third of the gem back.
Yay!
Progress.
Do I feel anything as it like recombines, or like it's
You
in
feel a satisfying chill run up your back. And for a moment, it's like the world is slightly more right and you're more comfortable. It's that feeling like you get when you walk into a house that you know intimately and smell the air and feel like a touch of home. You feel more complete.
That's better.
Well, may the gods take care of you on your journey. Enjoy.
We'll see you again.
I'm sure of it.
Woof. All right. And anywhere else you are heading inside of?
Jewelers.
You're gonna go to the jewelers. You gonna do shopping or what?
I still have some stones, so I've been picking up along the way since we got to this part. But since this seems like a pretty big kind of like chunk just got done,
Yeah.
I wanted to have converted and speaking with the owner of the shop. The jetstone, a
We'll do all the
Staros,
shopping off
and
camera.
Black diamond into a bracelet.
Oh, okay. Cool. We can have that done off camera
Cool.
Neat.
because that'll just it's shopping. It's not as much fun.
Exactly. Just it seems like
The
a
shopping
good
song.
spot to make something to remember this time. So she just wants to make a little.
Okay. Yeah, we
Thank
can
you.
absolutely do that. All right. And so with that, is that basically it for Dogrun Bridge? Saying goodbye to anyone else?
If someone seeks us out, I mean, Tia's not going to go looking. And how much gold do we want to put into the temple?
I wasn't gonna put a ton in because I'm gonna try and fix it as best I can with stone shape.
So you'll spend your time doing that,
Yeah.
reshaping the temple. And then
Yeah.
you hear that the clay winds, they're almost done opening the cavern. The cavern, and they'll be coming through soon.
I definitely do not want to be here when those guys start actually crossing through the bridge.
So,
Just GTFO.
Yeah.
Well, I'll meet you guys back there. I want to make a stop first.
sure.
Sure.
Where are you going?
Just going.
The little seedy bar
Oh.
area down below.
Okay. So you go
Say
to
goodbye
the...
to some friends.
Okay. So you'll spend some time there. Is that something you're just doing privately, or do you want to roleplay it?
I'll roleplay it. I just want to see who's there and just be like, hey, I'm pinned out.
Aye. It's good to see you, says Rundar the Trapper.
Yeah. Thanks for all your help down there and up there.
Aye.
Yeah.
You come back.
I'll try. Try to survive. Yeah.
Yeah, do survive.
What's up for you guys
Nothing.
now?
Well, the winter season should be passing soon, so I think I shall get out there and do some trapping.
Good.
Now that I can cross the bridge again. I'm always in the mindset for a bit of fur, if you follow me.
Cool. Well, best of luck then.
Aye, best of luck to you too, lass. Good fighting with you.
Is there anything strange down here that I can do a roll for? Anyone that might be trying to...
Sure. Go ahead and make me an insight roll. Just to get a gut feeling.
Ooh.
Is that a natural one?
That's
so
7.
I'm not gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. You might as well.
Inspired.
That's better.
That's much
20.
better.
Boink.
There's someone dressed in a cloak sitting at the back of the bar.
And when I walked in, did they try to like make it so that I might not...
You get a vibe that they're trying to shadow away. They're trying to shadow away from most of the room. They're sitting there drinking something out of a tall flute, almost like a test tube vial. It smokes slightly. Do you approach?
Yeah.
A deep female voice greets you. Well, look who's here.
Look who's here.
Valmeril Moonblight glances up at you from under her hood. Her hair cascading over her dark skin. Heading out?
In the morning. How about you?
Same. You're headed to the mainland.
I think so.
Then we'll meet again.
We will.
Do yourself a favor, Tiefling. The half-elf. He's half-elf and all fool. You have no idea how much trouble you're in for going with his ilk.
Aren't we all just Destiny's fool, though?
His
part of-
family has a long and sordid history with the Tetrarchy.
He doesn't seem to really enjoy his family time.
You don't understand elves. And if he's venturing to the mainland, I would venture to guess that he doesn't as well.
So you think I should keep an eye out on that?
You should. He bears his blood to the continent, as a standard bearer does into a war. And there's a reason the right wings were exiled to Avakara.
Exiled to Avakara.
Ask your boy.
Before I ask you, got any more to tell?
Ancient crimes and ancient wrongs are things for the bard's songs.
I'll keep an ear open.
If you ask for a ditty, though, The Dragon's Dance is always an interesting song to hear at pubs.
Dragon's Dance. I'll request it.
Cheers.
You want a drink?
I'm going to be drinking a lot tonight.
What's one more?
It's something sad with an empty stool next to me.
It's not empty right now.
Then it's not sad. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, and then I think that's good. Anybody else doing any other side scenes?
Can I buy a horse?
Yes.
That was good, Kelly. Thank you.
No worries. You learn secrets.
Yeah. What the? Tasty, tasty.
Apparently, I need to. I did.
Just saying. And write down those details, by the way.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
May I have an index card, please?
I don't have one.
So,
What?
Dragon's
They
Oh, I don't have index. I've just got my.
I guess I have a sticky note.
Um,
I don't have any.
I was thinking, actually, before the Claywin army shows up, there's actually a few in the Claywin troops there who Tia might actually want to encounter, or might encounter by just bump into them.
Okay.
Because there's one of the things she might have known. There's Stella Grimani, a scarred veteran and pardoned pirate with a vicious serrated sword. No, wait, sorry, not that one. I meant Martinella
Where would you go hunt them
Cellini, a tactical genius who's always reading them. No, those are enemies. No. Star was, scarred veteran and pardoned pirate. Godiva Reed, the Hammer of Foxhall, a former knight of the Therwicks.
Oh, yeah.
Iva Beale, a new recruit from the Thundering Ridge area. And,
Well, pick one to go after.
Sinus the Achterwield.
If you can't pronounce it, don't go with it.
Achterveld, who is serving a mercenary contract with the Claywins. So she'd probably look up Godiva. The Hammer of Foxhall. Former knight of the Therwicks. Number 18, I believe, there.
Check the menu. Good.
So we learned that Xenos family was exiled, and to go after the song Dragon's Dance.
Dragon's Dance.
Oh boy.
Sounds like you're inheriting some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, the Claywinds have staked out a section of the third level of West Dogrun, having moved over after the barrier had dropped. In this bar and inn, it's actually more of a bed and breakfast, really. I forget the name of it. You might remember.
Oh, that was way too long.
It was the dog one.
Oh yeah, it was.
What was it?
She was nice.
That was fantastic.
As you approach, you'll see quite a few Claywin soldiers sitting outside, shooting dice. And one, sitting at the back, you'll recognize as Godiva Reed, who sits smoking a foot-long pipe, the embers glowing brightly in the dusk.
Yeah, it's your approach. She'll look like she's about to, like, say something or motion, but instead we'll just straight up just take the seat next to her if it's open.
Do you mind? Who might you be?
Has it been that long?
I have lived many lives.
can see that.
Now, you were just a mercenary to the Therwicks, right?
No, she was part of their, like, one of their companies. She was, like, sworn to the house for a while there.
I thought you were just part of a mercenary company.
Her family was originally, but they were part of the a militia that came, that was local militia that sort of teamed up. So, like, it was a group that did,
Okay.
yeah. So she spent several years there.
So you've come for a heart-to-heart?
Not exactly. Curiosity, I suppose.
You fought well on the bridge.
As did you. We're both standing. Well, sitting.
Capable of sitting. Would you like a puff of the weed?
Sure.
She'll angle the brass pipe in your direction, and warm halfling weed fills your lungs. And you find yourself becoming a little giddy just for a moment as the lightheadedness takes you.
Mm-hmm. Not entirely sure what I was looking for coming here, but I was a bit surprised to see you, honestly.
I serve my lord. I suppose that you find irony in that.
That you serve the Claywinds now?
After the Therwicks fell,
I suppose they were generous and offered something for those who would swear to them.
my loyalty is to whoever sits on the throne of Foxhall.
Yeah.
I don't like the damned old business any better than you do, but it is the way that things are. And I imagine you have quite a bit of hate in your heart for the man.
More than a little.
But I saw you side with Alfior in the chamber.
Even from opposite sides of a battlefield, you can still know that someone is genuine in their intent. Even if that intent happens to be the intent to kill, to get what they believe in.
He's no longer on the opposite side of the battlefield, and neither is Lord Claywin. Unless you're on the side of evil.
When it comes to them, I'd rather not be on the battlefield at all right now.
There are dark tidings. This isn't the first battle. Not going to be the last. I'll probably see you back out there again.
I hope not.
I hope so. You're a tough bitch.
That's why I'm the only one alive still.
Not a bad thing to have on your side of a bridge. Stop hogging the weed.
I know you serve whoever's on the throne, but did anyone survive? Did anyone get away? If
No.
you heard anything, even rumors.
No. Of course not. Make me an insight roll.
Of course I'm serious.
Ooh. Was that a 10?
No, it's a 16, so 19.
She looks around, watching, and you can see the darting eyes of her companions. No. Of course not. Those that fled were ran down. Can you do me a favor and hand me the map? Those that ran were run down. From Foxhall to Penfro to the Black Coast.
I see. Relentless, then.
Well.
And efficient, I'm sure.
Of course. No one can survive the Black Coast. No one. You would have to ally yourselves with the pirates of the leftist Isles.
She's not actually laughing. Right.
It would take a king's fortune to buy them off.
A king's fortune? Or what's fortune?
A king's fortune to buy them off.
Well, I should get going. I want to be gone before the rest of the Claywind forces show up. There's a few faces there that I would rather not see.
That's fair. Well, wish us luck then. We're off to save the world.
Funny. I think we're trying to do that too.
Good. Seems like all people do these days. Quest to save the world. It's a little cliche.
A little bleak and depressing too. The world needs saving in that many ways.
Oh well. At least their idiot adventurers willing to do it.
Cheers to that.
And she'll let you go.
Wait, again with nothing ventured.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
I'm gonna run off and buy a horse.
Okay. I'm gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna run that scene though.
That's fair.
You'll be gifted with 5 horses if you want.
Yay.
Ponies.
Well, I was going for a war horse, but...
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
But now we can walk.
Alright, are you gonna go see anybody, or...?
I don't think there is
I think
anything
it's pretty
to
much
go
it.
see.
The next day, you all meet up. You say your final goodbyes to those you care about. And you walk to the bridge. Where the day before, a bloody battle had been held. Now, a semblance of normalcy. The fast cloud makes quick work cleaning. And before long, the market is set up. As the sun crests high over the bridge, signaling noonday. You've shopped and are walking your horses.
Yeah. At some point, Xena would have just like come running back and be like, "Look what I got!"
The town guard in the center of the bridge
I'm a little drunk.
holds up a hand for you. Hail, heroes.
Aye.
Do you have your travel documents?
MacLeod will present them.
He'll look at it quickly, pull a device out of his pocket that looks like a nutcracker, and stamp.
Huh.
There.
And I'm hand him mine too.
No, it's just the one.
Oh, it's just the one?
It's just the one between you all.
Oh.
The one that Kronar gave you. But
MacLeod
Good luck
tucks
to
it
you.
away carefully.
allow me to step aside for you. And he walks aside.
Hopefully we aren't needed here again.
MacLeod looks up at the horse above her.
Did you get her a pony or is it a horse?
He got you a pony.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay, good, it fits.
What just happened there?
All right.
Take it
And
apart.
so you start walking off the bridge. The old bluish-green stones shimmer and consume your shadow as you walk across the area where the Flynn's flail has still burned a hole into the bridge that will soon be covered by cement. But for now, it's still a hole in the ground, echoing with an aura of maliciousness. You continue forward, and before long, you're at the edge of East Dogrun. The continent looms in front of you.
Oh.
You can see the winding path up through the mountain range that will take you toward adventure. Does anyone say anything? Or do you just go?
Onward! Shall we?
These dog days are over.
Nothing ventured.
Nothing gained.
Oh my god, guys.
And as you walk off toward future adventures,
Love it.
we slowly pan backward as you climb up the mountain, along the path, toward the vast green veldt. And a slight man with dark hair and eyes that shimmer like cats sits atop Dogrun Bridge watching, his booted feet dangling over the expanse of nothingness.
Can I try to like use some sort of
Nope.
like, perception?
You don't see him.
Out of
You-
my like drunkenness.
He's like a
to be
mile away.
Aw. Dang.
Literally, like, you're interrupting the camera pan. The camera pans. Yeah, the camera pans. Poor little lambs. You don't know the half of the trouble we're about to get into. The thunder rolls, and as you make your way across the land, you come to the First Adventurers Guild. Some days have passed since you passed into the mainland. Hurting for coin, and with a hungry belly, you see that there are 7 quests posted in front of you.
Oh boy.
Which one do you choose? The stories that the bards are telling are that there's a new god that's arrived in the town of Briar Glen. The town of Old is hiring monster hunters.
Look at that.
The town of Onion has had traders go missing on their way to deliver gold and riches to an ancient golden dragon.
Am I reading right? Is there a town called Onion?
The Duchy of Kincarnadine has opened a new spa. Swinemore is having a legendary eating contest with a 100 platinum piece prize. The Moonfort, ancient relic of elven ages, is set to allow tourists in for the first time in a century on the eve of an eclipse. And the blighted land of Phelanmore is rumored to be haunted by evil creatures from beyond the grave. The citizenry are fearful and desperate for aid, but no one knows why. Which one are you going to?
I think Onion with the dragon sounds interesting.
That or monster hunting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've learned all
I mean,
that
if there's
goes
actually
far.
an ancient golden dragon, that might be
Upper alley.
up our alley.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds like a
We
good
can
idea.
always-
Oh, you might even be someone you knew.
Do we need to check in, maybe? Make sure somebody else hasn't taken that one yet?
I have no idea how this works, honestly.
I guess
I
we
do,
can go to the front and maybe ask.
So we're going to Onion?
Onion?
Onion.
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 Hopefully it doesn't smell.
The story's gonna have layers.
Farrah, you're fired.
And possibly layers.
I'm fire. In
Yeah,
the
you
distance, you can hear a bard of the trumpet going.
What's that?
I don't know, he's just going, it's lit.
So to Onion.
To Onion. So we have to check out the quest?
A nearby
What a good idea.
person walking around with suspenders holding up a little box in front of his stomach will walk up to you. He's wearing a floppy hat with 2 balls on the end of it like a jester. Hi there. Hi. Do y'all like a map? Y'all are adventurers.
Yes, we'd like a map.
One gold piece will give you a map of...
Sure. Yeah, here.
Y'all have a nice day now.
Wait, what does the map look like first?
Well, you're vanished
Yeah.
into the crowd.
It's one goal. I have...
Now, so the way to Onion is Onion the first destination on the road? Second or third?
Well, wasn't it a fairly big one on like your notes of like
Onion? Oh, I know all about Onion.
Yeah, so but that's what I was thinking is would it really be on the edge of the continent or kind of end of it?
It's kind of end of it.
Maybe
So-
second?
Second? Okay.
That's big enough place.
Okay, that means I'm going to roll a d6, and that's going to be the first location. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
But to go through Onion, you'll have to go through the Duchy of Kincardine.
The spa.
Winter. Or actually, Mars. You know it wouldn't be posted at the guild if there wasn't work, right? You don't get to just enjoy it. Probably have to pay for that.
Well, I've got gold. I'll pay for. I would love a spa day.
2 d6s. Someone roll one.
Oh,
Someone roll one.
I roll one.
Each of you roll a d6.
6.
5.
Okay, so there are 2 ways to get there. The Serpent's Avenue, a winding trail that bisects the that bisects the mountain range and takes you along a winding slope with beautiful vistas. Or the Unknown Road, the most heavily trafficked road from north to south on this side of the Margravit's lands. Formerly was a trading road for smugglers. 500 years ago. It's since become quite known, but the name's stuck.
Oh, okay, so I guess it would be like.
It's literally the most known road, but it's called the Unknown Road.
Area 51.
Yeah, basically. So which route are you taking?
I think we should go on the main road because
You know what? I think we've had enough of... I personally have had enough of side roads.
and mountains.
And mountains.
I
Yes.
don't want anything to eat these horses.
Like at least if we go on the
Right.
main road, maybe we can trade with people on the way, and maybe there'll be
Yeah.
more like inns and stuff.
Maybe we can hear some stories or something too.
The song sounds like a combo between something Star Wars and Land Before Time.
Thank you very much. It is Lost Frontier by Kevin MacLeod. It's our theme song for this chronicle.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we've used it a couple times.
Yeah, I know. I just know.
I've seen... Well, because you'll see when I replay the video.
Mhm.
And with that, your plot is set ahead. And adventure awaits. And with that, I'd like to bring a close to Season 1 of Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. Thank you for sticking with us. We've been doing this for almost a year. We're level 7, and the plot is getting like peanut butter thick. Like dummy thick.
Crunchy.
Colonel!
Even that didn't startle him.
Colonel!
That was
I'm
all
trying to
rather
make
than
my way
meant
through
to
the
be,
plot,
too.
but the plot's so thick, its ass cheeks are clapping and alerting the guards. Alright.
THICC.
Oh, that got him now.
Okay,
Yeah,
Shrek.
You say dummy thick, and yeah.
The dog wakes up.
Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Dork Tales. We will see you again in 2 nights if you're willing, because we have Star Trek Curiosity returning this Friday.
Yes!
And then you can also catch us Saturday if you are in Nanaimo, British Columbia, where we are going to be running panels and events at... oh, thank you!
What happened?
Kel said congratulations on Season 1. We're going to be at Mid-Isle doing a bunch of events, so you should come out and check that out. Captain's log. The players haven't discovered I've been...
Running them aimlessly through the woods. The Star Trek Adventures.
Yeah, basically.
Always that, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Alright, so that's going to be it for the night for us. And check us out next Wednesday for the penultimate episode of Hunter the Vigil Season 1. If there is ever a Season 2, I don't know. They might all die. In which case, it's way easier to write Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super
There's
easy.
background information.
Barely
That's true.
inconvenience.
Anyway, we love you all. You're wonderful. Come check us out, and bye! Alright, you guys can go shopping now.
With the shopping song!
We have a shopping song?
We played it once, but it hasn't come back since. But it's
I'll just play Sims music. Bye, guys.
Bye.
But it's my favorite song that we've played in the Chronicle.